Hi everyone, Teacher Morgan here again. This is my second video that I'm making. This video is all about the interview and hiring process for VIPKID. So, first up, got my little whiteboard here. The first step is going to be the interview. Now, the interview process has changed. It can be recorded. What does that mean? That means that on VIPKID's website database, they give you an option to record a video. This video is going to be your interview. You're basically going to they give you a few minutes just to talk about yourself, your experience, and you really want to play that up. If you have any sort of experience with kids, nannying or babysitting or, I don't know, working at a daycare, anything like that, or even teaching experience, that's what they want to see. They want to see that you have experience with younger kids because most of our kids are ages 5 through 12. You kind of just have to play that up. And also you're going to be doing a demo class. This is different from the mock classes. It's different because you have to give a demo class in the beginning so they know that you can do it in the first place. Now in this video you want to make sure you have props. If you don't know what props are, I'll put a link down below to my props video. You can buy fun props anywhere. It's just kind of, I guess, how do I define props? Just, I don't know, toys, puppets, silly glasses or hats, stuff that will keep kids engaged. So you want to have some of those. Now you don't have to have a ton because, they can get expensive sometimes. But I would recommend that you have an orange shirt as well. Now it's not necessary. I didn't have an orange shirt in my interview. I did have an orange shirt in my mock classes. I literally was in Spain, so I think I found the only orange shirt that existed in Spain. It's like a 3XL. It's a granny t-shirt, but it's an orange shirt. That kind of, you're just dressing for the part. So like I said, it's not necessary, but you really look great and professional, like you are ready to go if you are prepared with all of those things. You will have to use TPR, which there are tons of video about TPR, but it's basically just saying, what do you see? You use your hands a lot, so if you use your hands anyways, that's great. It explains a lot more about what you have to do exactly in the description of the interview, but let me talk about the next step. The next step is your first mock class. Now they're going to send you a PowerPoint. Well, they're not going to send it to you, but it'll already be uploaded. You're going to review this PowerPoint. Now, I cannot stress this enough. You have to practice and you have to review the PowerPoint because I'm just going to be quite honest with you. I was traveling out of the country, living out of the country, but I was traveling whenever I did this interview process, so I did not have time to review the PowerPoint as well as I should have, and that kind of caught me off guard a bit going into the interview because you will need to know the instructions on the PowerPoint. And I think my mock class interviewer, said on one of the slides you didn't follow the instructions exactly. So yes, look at the directions, the instructions, and you do exactly what they say. If you are unsure about it, make a note and ask them before you start, not in the middle or after. I mean, you could ask after, but it really shows that you have prepared. You already have those questions beforehand, and they can demonstrate it for you and show you how you're supposed to do it. A mock class is basically just like a class, but the kid will be an interviewer. But honestly, it's not really that difficult to me to imagine that they're a kid. I mean, if you're my friend, most of y'all know I have a sister who has autism and she's 18, and I still kind of have to treat her like a kid because it's kind of like she has the development of a toddler, so I'm literally used to it. And honestly, you don't really even have to look at them. You can put a sticky note over their face or, whatever. So you don't have to look directly at them the whole time. You can kind of glance your eyes down just a little bit. And you won't even notice them, to be quite honest, because they'll be acting like a kid. So the first mock class is going to be a younger, lower level and a younger kid. So you really want to be positive, energetic, be silly. If you pass mock 1, you'll get an email within about a day saying if you passed or not. If you do pass, then you will go on to your second mock class and your final mock class. Now this is a higher level. You have to teach an older kid, which it'll still be an interviewer, but you really have to make sure you are not treating the older kid like they're a 5-year-old or a 6-year-old, because kids 11 and 12, 10, they don't want to be treated like a baby. So you really have to go in there with a different energy. Just think of how you treat a kid that was 10 or 11 or 12. You still have a lot of energy, but you're not, I don't know how to explain it, you're not really talking to them as if they're, young, and, I don't know, maybe you're not as silly. You can still be silly, but not as goofy, because, they're almost teenagers, so preteens don't think that's cool. So anyways, just, make sure you can adjust to that, because that was one of the things that my mock teacher, interviewer told me, you really need to adjust your energy level to the different age level. So it's much easier now doing it as a teacher, because it's a lot easier because it's a different kid and you can tell that they are a different age. With a mock interviewer, it's still an adult, and so it's kind of hard to adjust to an adult that basically it's not a changing kid. Like when I get a new kid, obviously I know if they're older or not, and it's much easier to adjust that way. And that's something I said to them too. I said, I think it'll just take a little bit of time, and it's easier to do it when it's an actual kid. And I said, I don't think I'll have any problem adjusting my level according to the kids, because I'm used to working with kids a lot, but I'm not used to working with adults. So it is different, and I wanted to point that out for them, and I think they liked that I knew, what I was doing wrong. And that's something that they really want to hear. They want you to critique yourself. Don't be too hard on yourself, and don't point out every single wrong thing that you did. But they're going to stop you midway through, and you really want to think about something that you knew you did wrong, that was kind of a big mess up or whatever you want to call it. And you want to point it out, but the main thing is you want to fix it. They're going to give you the rest of the time to, fix whatever you were doing wrong, and try your best to fix it, so that way they know that, you can take feedback and critiquing. Okay, so if you pass your interview and your 2 mock classes, you're on to step 4, which is teacher information. They're going to give you a certain timeline to upload your bachelor's degree or any other degrees or certifications that you have. If you do have a teaching certificate, you need to say that in the interview, because you can get paid more. I don't have a teaching certificate, so the highest I can get is $8.50 per class. But if you do have a teaching certificate, I don't know, or any other kind of, something like that, you might be able to get paid more, so definitely mention that. So, yeah, you upload your degrees and certificates, and you also upload your bio and your intro video. Your intro video, it should be kind of just like a demo class, just introducing yourself using fun props, being really energetic, and so that way the parents know, like, oh, this teacher looks fun, this teacher does not look boring. Also, your profile picture should be very professional, so if you have a headshot done, that's great. if you don't have a headshot, then it might be worth, asking your friends if they can do one for you. I had a headshot, and that's what I uploaded. It's just a different culture for them. They want to see that, the teacher that they're going to be booking for their kids is very professional. So try to have as professional as a picture as you can. Second, you have 2 other pictures that you can upload. I kind of uploaded one with, my sister, my family, and stuff like that. And I really like to know that, like, you do like kids. So, yeah, stay true to you and upload, photos that really reflect your personality. And, make the bio short and sweet. I just said, who I am, where I'm from, that I'm an English teacher. I put that I lived in Spain because I did live in Spain at the time that I first began. And I just said, I can't wait to meet you, and stuff like that. So my bio was really short, to the point, and I never had an issue with booking. A lot of people say that, it can take, up to a month to get booked or things like that. I was literally booked completely full my very first week, and I think a lot of that has to do with the profile picture that you upload, the video that you do to introduce yourself, and the bio that you put. So like I said, make everything very professional, very short and sweet. Now, the last step, after all of your documents and bio get translated and approved, your last step, number 5, is teaching your first class. Now, some advice that I can give about teaching your first class: don't overbook your schedule. That's what I did, and I literally had a class at 3 a.m. that I didn't really know about, so I had to cancel it. And so imagine canceling a class on your first week. Wasn't too great, but, oops, sorry, that's my friend actually asking me about the interview process right now, so it's a good thing that I'm making a video, right? Let me just turn that off. Okay, so anyways, what I was saying is, you just don't go crazy and open a ton of hours, or a ton of slots, unless you want to. I know, like, some of you may need that money, but you can make really great money only opening a few time slots. What I did was I opened time slots on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, and working on the weekends isn't really different from working during the week. I work every single weekend, and I work on the weekdays too. But I would like to say, give yourself a break in between classes. I don't know, it's kind of up to you, but I did a break between every 2 classes. I probably could have done it between every 3 classes, but it was really nice to have that 30-minute break to go to the bathroom, or etc., whatever you need to do. If you need to plug up your phone, or if you need to prepare for the next 2 classes, like get your props out and stuff like that. 30 minutes is really going to help you, so you're not just stressed out whenever you are showing up to those next classes. Because I know we have a teacher forum, and a lot of people say that they really get, they arrive late to their next classes. They log in late because they had to go to the bathroom, or they had to do this or that. But, you can always, work yourself in some breaks in there in your schedule. And, I guess just, see how the schedule works for you. And if you don't like it, you can change it. That's a great flexibility with this job, is, you always have control over your own schedule. What I do is I open up the same schedule every week, and I do check the short notice bookings, because really it's not like I'm going to be surprised if I get short notice booked. I would actually be surprised if I wasn't booked, that week for that class. But if for some reason, a student cancels, someone can immediately book that class within the hour, Someone can book that class and you get paid extra for it. But it's not like, I go to bed and I don't know if I'm going to get booked or not, because it's the same hours. So I wake up at 6 a.m. every day, and if I don't have a class booked, then, I don't have a class booked. But I'm not, like, having to wake up at like 3 a.m. or something because I don't know if my class is booked or not. So that's why I just set the same schedule every single week. My schedule always gets booked full. So make sure you follow those steps to make sure that your schedule is getting booked full too. That way you always know your hours. Nothing's really different. And you have to, you should book your schedule out 4 weeks in advance, because parents really like to see your schedule and when your availability is, especially if, there are regulars that want to book you again. So, wow, 15 minutes. Sorry guys, I know this is a lot of information, but literally I have to type it like thousands of times, so I just figured that I would do a video on it and send it to all my friends. So I will include the links that I mentioned down below, and I'll also include my referral link. That way you can sign up under my name. So yeah, have a great day guys. Bye.